Well, we're expecting to find out today whether schools will reopen for the final 3 weeks of the school year. CP24's Jamie Goodfriend joins us live with more on this afternoon's announcement. And Jamie, we got some intel from CTV sources yesterday saying this might not get the green light.
Yeah, from what CTV News is learning is that the Premier is leaning towards not reopening the schools and for in-person learning until the fall. So we're hoping to find out more information at that press conference scheduled for 1 o'clock. Let's bring in Liz Stuart, the head of the Ontario English Catholic Teachers Association, for your reaction to this, or at least what are you hoping to hear from today's announcement at 1 o'clock?
Well, I mean, I think it's a little unfortunate that I can't say, well, we already know because we've had conversations, because that just doesn't happen with this government. But I think what we have certainly been asking for is a regionalised approach, is that ability to, A, make sure that the right safety protocols are in schools, but then to look at the different areas across the province and with the public health units, because there are areas where schools could be open. And I think we all know and understand the importance of in-person learning, and that is certainly what we would like to see happen, provided safety measures are in place and those schools are safe.
You know, the Premier sent out a letter last Thursday to medical experts and other stakeholders that are asking for their input. Did you offer some of that input to the Premier?
We responded along with our affiliate partners. I mean, I received an email at, I think it was 8:39 a.m. in the morning on Thursday saying they wanted response from us by 5 o'clock on the Friday. And I'll be honest, when I first got it, I was a little confused because it was to whom it may concern, and I was CC'd. So there was a little bit of confusion about do they actually want to hear from us or not? But what we did was we reached out and we spoke with our affiliate partners as well, because we've all been saying the exact same things, because our work environments are, you know, essentially the same places. So we wanted to make sure that, because we were asked for consensus, so we wanted to make sure that we could give that, and we certainly did.
You know, you touched upon the region by region opening, and, you know, clearly it's not a one-size-fits-all solution when it comes to reopening, considering the fact that there's much higher case counts here in Toronto versus some of the rural areas. There's been a lot of criticism towards the Premier that he didn't make enough investments to keep the schools safe so that the kids can go back to in-person learning. Is that something that you would agree with?
Absolutely. I mean, I think I've said it a number of times. I often feel a bit like this is Groundhog Day, because for the last 15 months, we've been saying the same things, which is, you know, we need to make sure we can have distancing. So we need to make sure there's sufficient staffing to make sure that can happen. We need to make sure that ventilation is working properly in schools. We now know, you know, and we've always known, that we needed to make sure there was proper testing and tracing taking place so that we could see, you know, where there were those upticks and whether they were happening within the schools and whether the schools were actually driving it. And, you know, we were told repeatedly that was not the case. And yet now we find they didn't actually know that, and they very well may have been. So I think there were many things that we were saying needed to take place and have been saying for 12 months to keep schools safe, because it's critical that when we reopen, we do so safely so that we can keep schools open. And again, you know, it's exactly what we've been saying for the last 15 months. And you can't do that without investment.
Well, we're going to get that final word coming down at around 1 o'clock. CP24 will carry that news conference live. Liz Stuart, we always appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you so much.